Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a collection video. I'm going to be showing you all of my pairs of shoes. This is a video that I've been thinking about doing for a little while, and I've always just kind of thought, it's kind of a boring video, like my shoes are not that interesting. They're fairly basic, I don't actually have that many pairs. But then I thought, you know what, like my basic pairs of shoes, they're really versatile. Most of them go with a lot of things that I own. And as you may already know, this year I've been challenging myself to only buy one pair of shoes per season, but to make them good quality, slightly more expensive shoes than what I had been buying in the past. So I now, even though they're not the most interesting, like I don't have any like bright red pairs of shoes or stiletto heels or anything like that, I now have a collection of good quality shoes. Whereas before I had pairs of shoes that would basically only last me 1 or 2 seasons. Of course I still have some of my older pairs of shoes as well. I currently have 9 pairs of shoes that I own, and that is what I'm going to be showing you today. So I hope you enjoy the video, and if you are new to my channel I would love it if you'd subscribe. I upload a new video every single week. I'm going to start actually with my newest pair of shoes because I think you guys have only seen them like once on my channel so far. It is this pair of sandals here. I picked these up only about a month ago I think, and I've only worn them a couple of times because I'm just waiting for the weather to warm up just a little bit more. These are from a shop called Hannah's. If you're from New Zealand you'll know Hannah's, it's one of our main shoe shops. I don't actually know if they are a New Zealand store or if they have them in other countries as well, but Hannah's is mostly where I've been buying my shoes from this year. I wouldn't call them an expensive shoe shop, but for me I was buying cheap shoes prior to this year, so for me Hannah's is like the middle step. I can't remember the exact price of these sandals. I think I paid about $40 for them. These ones are not leather, they're all man-made materials. It says they're made in Cambodia. The actual brand that they're from is Pulp. They're basically flat, they're very basic, but because they're brown, I feel like they're going to go with absolutely everything. I have a pair of white sandals as well, which you'll see very soon, and they go with most of my summer dresses, skirts, anything summery basically. And I feel like if you have black sandals, then they'll go with darker things and jeans and stuff. But when you have a brown pair, I feel like they're the perfect in between and they go with both. So for example, I've worn these twice already, and the first time was with a dress, and the second time that I wore them was actually with a pair of jeans. So I just think they're super versatile. They're going to be perfect for summer, but also for spring and even into autumn. So this to me was a good investment, a good pair of shoes to pick up. Since I've mentioned them already, let's move on to my white pair of sandals. These are also from Hannah's, also from the brand Pulp. These are actually getting a little bit dirty on the sides. I won't show you too closely, but I do have a white shoe cleaner that I should probably put on these. These are a little bit different. They've got the one strap across the toes, and then they've got an ankle strap and a buckle that does up. So they're not just slip on like the last ones. I much prefer sandals to jandals. I find if they have the thing that goes in between your toes, I find it so uncomfortable to walk in. I always get blisters in between my toes if I wear those. So I'm very much a fan of sandals for summer. These I've had since last summer, and I wore them a ton last summer. I was probably wearing them like at least 4 to 5 times a week. I just find as soon as the weather starts warming up, these are the perfect shoes that go with all of my summer outfits. I think these were also about $40. Again, I can't quite remember, but I remember thinking that I'd never spent that much money on a pair of sandals, and it was a little bit difficult for me to do. These were one of the first pairs of shoes that I picked up that were a little bit more expensive. Well, they might have even been the first, but I'm very glad I did. They've been very much worth it. And as you can see, like they're not starting to fall apart at all, even though I wore them all through summer and through a lot of autumn as well. I mean, yes, I need to give them a clean, but once I've given them a clean, they still look basically brand new. The shoes that I picked up for autumn are also from Hannah's. These are from the brand Kids, and they are just plain white leather Kids. There were quite a few Kids options, and a lot of them were just like canvas material, which I know from experience doesn't last the longest. So these were a little bit more expensive, obviously because they are leather. But I just thought, you know, if I'm looking for shoes that are going to last me a long time, leather is the way to go over canvas material. I'm pretty sure these were $139. I think that's what I paid for them. And I mean, if we're talking about shoes being versatile, these go with literally everything I own. I wear these with jeans, I wear these with work trousers, I wear these with like culottes, I wear them with dresses if I want to make it a little bit more casual. Literally have not found anything in my wardrobe that I can't wear these with. So like I said, obviously I bought these for autumn and I wore them all through autumn. I wore them quite a lot in winter as well. I've been wearing them a ton this spring. So they've been through 3 seasons, which my old shoes would like not even last 3 seasons. But yeah, I've had these for 3 seasons and they don't look like they've been worn at all. So another purchase that I'm very, very happy with. I think these are my last ones from Hannah's. So these boots are what I chose for my winter purchase. They are again obviously from Hannah's, but the brand that they're from is called Noir. So they are a black heeled leather boot. The heel is higher than what I'm used to wearing day to day, but it is very chunky, so it's not difficult to walk in whatsoever. And it has a zip up the other side, so they're like really super easy to get into. You don't have to sit there fiddling with laces for half an hour. Again, I wanted to get a leather boot for winter because firstly, it's waterproof, so it's something that I could easily wear in the rain and not get wet socks. But also just because I know that leather is going to last a long time. And I like for winter to have shoes that kind of cover your ankles. They come up just a little bit higher than a regular pair of shoes because again, you don't want the rain to like drip into your shoes and get your socks wet. That's just like the most disgusting feeling. And as you can see, after wearing these all winter, it's still looking brand new. I'm trying to remember how much I paid. I think these were, I really can't remember, but I have a feeling they were about $100, but I think I got them on sale. They might have originally been like $120 and then I got them for a little bit of a discount, but I can't quite remember. Again, I find these super versatile because they are black and they just go with so many different things in my wardrobe. I don't probably wear them as much as some of my other shoes that I've shown you just because of the heel. They are super easy to walk in, but still at the end of a day of wearing these, my feet are a little bit sore, but I still, you know, I wear them to work, I wear them to uni, I'll wear them to anything really, but I don't wear them like day in, day out. Next up, I have a pair of Nike trainers. I picked these up in December last year. No, not last year. I picked these up the year before last. I've had these almost 2 whole years. And the reason I picked these up was because I wanted a sneaker that I could wear to work. I wanted something that was going to be super comfortable to like walk around in all day. You know, for those days when you don't feel like wearing heels, you don't feel like having sore feet all day, but also that would be kind of more suitable for a work environment. So I really wanted them to be black. So these are great. And these are called the Flex 2016 Run. I think I got these from Sterling Sports, but obviously, I mean, they're Nikes, you can get them from pretty much anywhere. So all of last year, I wore these to work and I wore them anytime I was going to the gym or doing a workout. So last year, I probably wore these like at least 3 times a week. And then this year, I've been at university, so I've been wearing them a ton to university. This year I've been at the gym like 3 to 4 times a week, so I've been wearing them every time I go and do that as well. And I also wear them to work quite often. So in total, I wouldn't wear them the whole day if I'm just wearing them to the gym, but I'd still use them at least like 5 times a week. So for 2 years worth of use, they are doing amazing. I will show you. On the bottom of one of them, this bit is coming off and it's been like that for a couple of months now, and it's a little bit annoying. Sometimes when I walk it'll make a squeaking sound which really annoys me. So I am looking to probably get another pair in the next few months. But the fact that these have lasted 2 years with me wearing them like pretty much every day or two, they've done amazing. I think these were $130, and for 2 years use, like, I'm really happy with that investment. That is it for my expensive pairs of shoes. Expensive. Obviously expensive is relative. But anyway, now we are onto the cheaper pairs of shoes that I own, and these are all my older ones from before I started buying the more expensive ones. So let's start with these ones here. These, I bought these twice. I bought these probably about 3 years ago and I wore them all winter and they were great, and then they started getting a hole in them and the kind of stuff on the top started coming off, and so I went back to see if they still had them, and they did. So I bought the exact same ones again because I was so in love with them. Anyway, so these are not leather, these are synthetic dark brown boots with a tiny heel, and the reason I love them so much is that this heel does not make the clomping sound. I don't know what they've put on the bottom. It's like a kind of rubbery feeling thing. It just softens the sound when you walk and it makes no sound at all. It's amazing. Not that I'm particularly worried about making a sound when I walk, but it's just for my old job as a teacher aide, I was like walking around the class a lot, and then when you help with exams, if you're walking around while people are doing exams, you don't want to distract them by clomping around the room. Most of the time, if I was going to work or especially going to an exam, I would not wear shoes that made a sound when I walked, so these ones were great. So it's got a fake zip on one side, this one doesn't come undone, and then it's got a real zip on the inside, which again makes it super easy to get into. It's pretty similar to the black boots that I showed you before, except obviously brown, obviously cheaper, less quality. These are waterproof until they start falling apart, which is why I had to get a new pair. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it actually, but there is material starting to come off on the toe as well. And this pair I wore way less than the first pair. The first pair I wore for an entire winter, and then this pair I was swapping out with another pair of shoes, so I only wore it for like half the winter. But I mean, I still really love these boots, and I'm trying to make them last, because if I don't wear them every day, they'll last a lot longer obviously, and now that I have better quality shoes, I don't wear them as often, so hopefully they'll last me another year or so. I'm pretty sure I paid $60 for these, which is a lot if it's only gonna last you one season, like the first pair of these did. But in saying that, the other reason I wanted to get this pair when I did was because I had only ever bought black boots, and I just thought, let's do something a little bit different. Brown still goes with pretty much everything, and it would just add something a little bit different to my wardrobe. So I really actually loved having the dark brown, and I wore these the other day with, I have a navy blue floral maxi dress, and it was just a little bit cold for sandals, and I put these on with it and it looked amazing. So these are good for more than just jeans and like winter outfits. Like, these are kind of versatile. Oh, I forgot to tell you where they're from. Those boots are from No. 1 Shoe Warehouse, which is it's like New Zealand's kind of cheap shoe place to shop. It's not the cheapest. You can find shoes for cheaper, like Kmart for example does cheap shoes, but they fall apart after like 2 weeks, so it's like really not worth it. I used to buy shoes from Kmart when I was in like high school and the start of my uni days, but yeah, they never lasted me more than say maybe a month. Anyway, also from No. 1 Shoe Warehouse are these boots, which I've actually had for a really long time, but I don't wear them very often, which is why they're lasting. I probably wear these like 3 times a year, if that. But I still really like them, and occasionally I have an outfit that just calls for them. So these are another pair of brown heeled boots. Again, it's a chunky heel because I don't do small like stiletto heels. I can't even. They're so uncomfortable. They're so hard to walk in. And chunky heels exist, so I'm just gonna stick to that. The material of these is like not that shiny material that my other boots have. It's more of like a suede feeling material, but obviously it's not suede because these are cheap. But because it's that kind of suede feeling material, they're not really good for if it's raining, but they do look really nice. And then on the back it's got a zip, and then it's got like little stud kind of things down the sides. Oh my god, they're so dusty. Oh, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but there's like a rip, like a tear across here. Oh my gosh, it's worse on this one. Oh, look at that. I have a feeling these shoes are not going to last me much longer. I've actually had these shoes for like 6 years though. Out of all of the pairs of shoes that I own, these are the oldest ones that I have, and the reason they're still going, like I said, is just because I don't wear them often. These were probably like 40 bucks, $50, I don't know. I would never wear these to work. These are kind of more of like a style item rather than a practical item, but they do look really nice with some of my dresses. I'm pretty sure this is the pair of shoes that I took to VidCon last year. Oh, I've worn down the heels quite a lot. I think these are gonna have to go soon. That makes me a little bit sad, but I guess it's time. These next shoes are also from No. 1 Shoe Warehouse. They are my only pair of like heels. Like, yes, I have heel boots, but like heel sandal kind of things. These are the only ones that I have, and these are from a brand called Celebrity. So the heel on these is quite high. It is still chunky, so it's a little bit easier to walk in, but actually I do struggle a little bit when I wear these because they're just so high. Love the nude color. I think they're so pretty. It's got the strap across the front, the buckle around the ankle. I'm pretty sure these were like $50, but again, I've had these for quite a while. These are like special occasion shoes for me, so I really don't wear them very often. They're not gonna wear out after one season because I would only wear them like once in a season. I've probably only worn these like maybe 3 times in total the whole time that I've had them, and it's probably like 4 years. But I think it's good to keep them because when those special occasions do come up, you don't want to have to go out and buy a pair of shoes specially for that. It's nice to just have them ready to go, even if you don't wear them all that often. So these are obviously not leather for the price. They're just a synthetic material. They go with a bunch of my dresses. They don't really go with much else in my wardrobe, but they're not meant to go with a whole lot of different things. They're really just for just in case, special occasions, Christmas, New Year, couple of birthdays a year, that's it really. And the very final pair of shoes that I own is from a shop called Novo. They are these like mule sliders that I picked up last year. They're in this very neutral kind of beige color. Super comfy to wear, easy to walk in, definitely synthetic material. Once again, you can probably see the material starting to wear off on the toe. I wore these quite a lot last spring, summer and autumn. Even though the time of year that we're in right now is probably the right time of year to be wearing these, I'm finding myself not really wanting to reach for them, and I think that's just because now I have better quality shoes that I think actually suit me a little bit better. For example, most outfits where I would have worn these last year, I'm probably going to choose to go with these ones instead. So I feel like I'm not going to get a lot more wear out of these. They're basically flat, but they do have a tiny bit of a heel. It does unfortunately make the clomping sound, so I can't wear these if I'm helping out with an exam. I wouldn't wear these shoes. These were originally $40 and I got them on sale for $25, so I'm pretty happy with the price that I paid for them. And that is it, guys. Those are the 9 pairs of shoes that I own. Please let me know, how many pairs of shoes do you own? I want to know if I'm like a hoarder or if I don't actually have very many shoes compared to most people. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video and maybe found it a little bit helpful as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye!